There are several common yet critical mistakes that people often make when they begin supplementing with magnesium. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe for more practical health insights, supplement tips, and natural wellness strategies. If you're ready to take control of your energy, sleep, and overall well-being, you won't want to miss what's coming next. To begin with, magnesium is arguably one of the most vital elements required by the human body. It plays a key role in over 300 biochemical and physiological processes, including those related to elevated blood pressure, restless sleep, cardiovascular complications, muscle spasms, and above all, persistent tiredness. Despite its crucial function, detecting a magnesium shortfall is surprisingly difficult. That's because the majority of magnesium, about 99%, resides within your tissues and cells, not in your bloodstream. In fact, only about 1% of your body's total magnesium is found in the blood, which makes standard blood tests unreliable for identifying deficiencies. Given today's typical diet and lifestyle patterns, it's safe to assume that a significant portion of the population is running low on magnesium. The problem is, without access to this knowledge, many people may abandon supplementation prematurely or never even consider it as a solution, continuing to suffer the consequences of an unresolved magnesium deficit. Let's talk about why so many individuals lack this essential mineral to begin with. While genetic issues with magnesium absorption do exist, they're exceedingly uncommon. Statistically, the chances of someone having a gene mutation that prevents magnesium uptake are very slim. A much more widespread issue involves vitamin D. Magnesium's effectiveness is heavily reliant on sufficient levels of vitamin D. It's likely that the average person is significantly lacking in vitamin D, which in turn disrupts the body's ability to properly utilize magnesium. These two nutrients are deeply intertwined. It's also worth noting that the baseline amount of vitamin D required for proper magnesium function is often underestimated. While many people assume that 600 to 1,000 international units (IUs) are adequate, these amounts are typically insufficient, especially if you have underlying inflammation or immune issues. A more accurate maintenance dose might be closer to 10,000 IUs per day, though it's always best to seek medical guidance before adjusting your intake. This combination of magnesium and vitamin D has been observed to significantly reduce inflammation levels in the body. Although some residual inflammation may persist, it is often far less severe than before beginning supplementation. The calming, anti-inflammatory effect appears to support not only physical relief, but also emotional well-being, creating an overall improvement in quality of life. Have you tried supplementing with magnesium or vitamin D? What changes have you noticed in your energy, sleep, or overall health? Drop your experience or any questions in the comments below. Your insights might help someone else on a similar journey. Another common reason for poor magnesium absorption is insufficient stomach acid. The body relies on an acidic environment in the stomach to effectively digest and absorb minerals, and magnesium is no exception. When stomach acid levels are too low, absorption becomes compromised. Signs that may suggest low stomach acid include bloating, indigestion, and other digestive discomforts. These symptoms, often mistaken for excess acid, actually indicate a deficiency in stomach acidity, something that is critical for proper mineral uptake. Additionally, metabolic health plays a major role in magnesium absorption. People who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, or those who have consumed a high carbohydrate diet over a long period, often experience insulin resistance. Since insulin plays a key role in the transport and utilization of various nutrients, impaired insulin function can negatively impact the body's ability to absorb magnesium efficiently. Among the different forms of magnesium supplements, magnesium glycinate stands out as one of the most effective. It has a high absorption rate, approximately 80%, making it significantly more bioavailable than many other forms. Moreover, the glycine component in magnesium glycinate contributes to calming effects, supporting relaxation, better sleep, and nervous system balance. Maintaining the proper ratio between calcium and magnesium is also essential. Excessive calcium without adequate magnesium can lead to muscle cramps, especially in the calves, elevated blood pressure, and even arrhythmias. This is because magnesium helps regulate calcium's actions within the body, particularly in muscles and blood vessels. Without enough magnesium, calcium can cause excessive contraction and tension, leading to those common symptoms. Your certain lifestyle choices, like habitual smoking and frequent alcohol intake, can significantly reduce the body's magnesium reserves. These substances interfere with the body's ability to retain and properly use magnesium. On top of that, diets high in processed sugar, refined carbohydrates, and ultra-processed snack foods are another major culprit. These foods not only lack magnesium, but actively drain it from the system during digestion and metabolism. However, one of the most overlooked barriers to maintaining healthy magnesium levels is the use of pharmaceutical drugs. Many common medications, including diuretics, antacids, and certain antibiotics, can either inhibit magnesium absorption or increase its excretion through urine. Instead of relying on lab results alone, a better approach is to understand magnesium's role in the body and recognize the symptoms of deficiency. From there, incorporating magnesium-rich whole foods into your daily meals is a practical first step. Foods like dark leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, raw pumpkin seeds, unsweetened dark chocolate, almonds, and cashews are excellent natural sources. Another common pitfall is expecting immediate results from magnesium supplementation. It's important to understand that it may take time, anywhere from 1 to 3 months, for the body to begin responding in a noticeable way. This is because correcting biochemical imbalances doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent input and patience. In cases such as irregular heart rhythms or arrhythmias, positive effects may not show up for 4 to 6 months. That might seem like a long time, but this gradual improvement is a sign that the body is rebuilding its internal balance. In contrast, more immediate symptoms like calf cramps or muscle twitches, also known as tetany, may begin to improve within just a few days. However, even when symptoms ease quickly, it's essential to continue supplementation. Early symptom relief does not mean the root imbalance is fully corrected. It often takes several more weeks of consistent intake to stabilize those processes on a deeper level. When it comes to improving sleep, particularly insomnia, magnesium supplementation might require some patience. For many individuals, it can take around 4 weeks of consistent use before noticeable changes in sleep quality begin to appear. If results aren't immediate, it doesn't mean magnesium isn't working. It simply means the body needs more time to rebalance its internal systems. Chronic stress is yet another element that can sharply increase your body's magnesium demands. Ongoing stress depletes magnesium stores more rapidly, creating a greater need for replenishment. Similarly, people who engage in regular, intense physical activity, like athletes or fitness enthusiasts, require significantly more magnesium than someone who leads a sedentary lifestyle. Have you experienced delayed results with magnesium? Share your experience in the comments, whether it took weeks or months to notice improvements. The standard recommended daily intake of magnesium for adults is typically around 400 milligrams. However, for therapeutic purposes, especially when trying to address a specific health concern, this baseline may fall short. In some cases, doses ranging from 800 milligrams up to 1,600 milligrams per day might be necessary to achieve measurable results. Higher dosages help break through physiological barriers and compensate for factors that may be interfering with absorption or utilization. To maximize absorption and reduce the risk of digestive discomfort, it's best to divide your daily magnesium intake into smaller doses throughout the day. For instance, rather than taking a single 1,600 milligram dose all at once, which the body won't efficiently process, spread it across morning, afternoon, and evening. This staggered approach enhances bioavailability and keeps magnesium levels more stable. Tip: for better absorption, take 1 magnesium dose with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and water. It helps boost stomach acid and mineral uptake.